Hello. Welcome to another video, and today I'm gonna teach you how to teach grammar two ways. As always, that's what I do. You feel free to do what you want. I just give you my recommendation. That's what I've learned along the way. For me, grammar was a big problem because I'm a French native. Okay, so I speak French. My French is good, but I didn't know anything about grammar. And actually, like in my language, I don't know if you know it, but the grammar is very difficult. So along the way, I've got a few questions from my student and I have to answer them, and I didn't know anything. So I decided to learn more about the French grammar, and I learned a different way to teach grammar. And it has been a long journey. So let me share my experience with that. So first thing first, things that you need to know about the grammar. So I don't recommend to teach like a grammar lesson, like an hour of teaching grammar. It's not efficient at all, and it's really boring. Unfortunately, it happened for me. I'm lucky because there is a French institution everywhere in the world where you can learn French, and they use grammar as a support. And the problem is like the student about communication, they're not so good. Grammar is important. What is it? Because a language evolve is not always the same. So basically, like people are speaking a language together. Is some people they say, okay, we're gonna put rule according to what they're saying, and since the language is evolving, the grammar is changing as well. But so when they decided to put some rules, the things like with the evolution can be very fast. The things are changing. Sometimes we say something, but it is grammarly wrong. So you really have to make a difference between communication and grammar. It's a big problem, especially for French language. I have like so many students. Amazing grammar, but I ask a simple question, they're not able to answer, which is very sad. So you need to teach grammar, but you have to find a way that it's very useful according to their needs, as always. So that's what I say, find the right amount according to the needs of the student. It really depends on the student. Some people, they do love grammar. Some people, they don't. So you have to find out the right amount, the sweet spot. So first, you've got the classic way. First of all, I will recommend you to use both like use those two, the classic and the reasoning way. So the classic way, I'm most of the time I use it when it's something that I know this is like this is not another way. If it's a student like a bit advanced, like he knows what he is doing, he's always like he's good at remember things. So I say, okay, this is the rule, you have to apply the rule. This is no other way. They understand quickly, but they get it. I ask few example, I ask question, I see, oh, they get it, that's it. We did it, we just move on. And then you've got the reasoning way. This one is a bit different. It's like to some students, if they have a hard time to understand, they're a bit more slow. I tend to use that one. It's a bit better to make them when they got the moment that they okay, now they get it. And for those people, I tend to use the reasoning way. So how it is, I can give you an example simply. So for example, here I write the verb like to eat, and in French, so be careful because for me, I'm French, so I know the language, I know what I want. So this one you can correct. So now you see, oh, to eat, it means manger. We're good. Let's find a couple of verbs. Like, let's see, like to guess, deviner, good. Another one. Now we say which one we can use. To bring, I don't know, apporter. So now you got three verbs. Like you see, now you have got the infinitive word form. Now you've got infinitive. So it's also you have infinitive. So what's the similarity that you find? You say, oh, the two last one, er are the same. You say, oh, good. So for example, now if I write I eat, so you're teaching present. You see, oh, je mange. Okay. You see, je, it's mean I, manger, you see the infinitive. So now let's try this one. If you write like, I guess, je devine. Okay. So now you see like you've got the root of the word. You've got the root, and now what is changing between those two? Je mange, je devine. You see, the er become e. So can you guess this one? Apporter. I asked the student. So if you write here like I, bring, and now unfortunately it's an exception because we cannot have two balls together, but you're gonna probably say like je apporte, and you say, hey, good, so now you get it. Well, after you say you want another one, so maybe let's do with we, like let's say like we eat. Oops, sorry. We eat. Now, oh, nous mangeons. This one is also an exception. That's the problem with French, but it's just to give you an example how it works, you know, the mechanic. Because if you don't put the E, it's going to be nous mangeons. It's the problem with the pronunciation, but you get the idea. Now, this root become like O and S. So now you can do the same with this one. Like, oh, we, oops, sorry. We guess. And nous devinons. So you see the E become O and S. And now you do the same here. Like, we ring, and poop, nous apprenons. Yes, can you guess it? And you can do it with everything. You can do it with the past tense. You can do it with anything. That's what I do most of the time, and it's a great way to. That's why I call it the reasoning way, because they find out by themselves. They make the rule by themselves, and after they remember better. So use it. Try to think beforehand. Just don't use it. Try to find things that work for you with some rules. And this is a great tool that you really can do, and I really recommend you to do it. So that's it. That's the two ways that I used to teach grammar. It has been working very well for me. I had a great result with that, and the student love it. And always give an example at the end when you explain the rules. Maybe for me, I give like a sentence in English. I say, okay, can you translate that? And they tell me in French. Say, okay, good. Or if they make the problem, say, okay, so let's see again. And even if they learn the general rule, which is great, if there is exception, I say, okay, there is like some irregulars or exception, but we're gonna see them on the road. But now you understand how it works. The mechanic is as the most important. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, I wish you to have a fantastic day, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.